G'day Crustacean Nation, Surfronlot here with another video. Today we're going to be testing out the Forever Mini Float Magnetic Cleaner. In other words, this little guy. If you don't know what this is a little magnet cleaner, as the box suggested. And pretty much this side goes in the tank of your aquarium, and this side goes on the outside. And then they connect via magnet through the glass, like so. And then you can move this side like that. And then the other side will move with it and scrape off all the algae that you don't want in your tank. So we're pretty much going to be giving this tank a nice big clean, and we're also going to be taking down this sponge divider here and just making sure the tank is neat and tidy. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these in, and we'll start trying to scrub off this purpley brown and green algae on the side here. So I've already run into a small issue. You can see this little gap here in between my two tanks, and I can't actually fit the magnet down the side there. The back of it is too tall and it won't fit. So I am just going to go ahead and jump onto the other side of the tank, and we'll test it there instead. So there's our target location, this little green area there, and once again I'm going to go ahead and pop it on. So it's in, it's ready, it's moving when I move, and we're just going to go ahead and start scraping. I think this will do a really good job because the scraping side is sort of like a Velcro, and that seems like something that will definitely scrape off some algae. So we're going to give it a nice little scrape and see how it's going. This is algae that's been here for several months as well and been building up, so it is a bit tougher, so it will take a few little swipes across it, but I can already see it working wonders and really scraping off some algae. So a really cool thing about this is, you know, you can sort of just leave it in the tank and move from side to side. So once you put it in the tank, you can just leave it in here. So if you wanted, I could just park it there and, you know, go off and do my own thing, and leave it there for, you know, however long I want. If this tank keeps getting, you know, covered in algae, I can just keep coming back and, yeah, using my little scrubber. So you can see this sort of grimy muck down the bottom, and that is on the glass, and I think this little cleaner will do a great job at getting it off. So I'm just going to go ahead and give it maybe one swipe and see how it looks. So, you know, one swipe and it's already like pretty much gone and clean. So I'm just going to clean off the rest of the tank here. So next up we're going to be using the API algae scraper or algae sponge. This is just a thing you know, you put on your hand like this, sort of, just hold it and go ahead and scrub away. So I'm going to give this a go on the algae just here on the left side, and hopefully it will all go away. So the water is now super murky, but that wall is pretty clean. There is still a bit of algae on the sides here, as you can see, but that main, you know, purple and a lot of the green came off. I'm sure if I gave it a bit more elbow grease, it would definitely be crystal clear. So for now, we're just going to take this big divider out here, let the guppies reunite, and then we're going to go ahead and do a nice big water change. So here we go to take out the big dividing wall. It's going to be a bit tricky. Oh, right, gonna slide it around sideways. I'm just going to lift it up and let it drain out. There's a lot of yucky stuff at the bottom of this. That is what I was a bit worried about, but I'm sure we can sort it out. And of course the Java moss is sticking to the sponge. So this tank definitely needs a bit of a water change. I'm going to quickly go ahead and suck out quite a bit of water. I'll probably do maybe 30% water change, maybe even more than that, just to make sure I get rid of all the Mulm and stuff. This was one of my big fears when I put the sponge filter in there, is that it's probably going to produce quite a bit of Mulm, and as you can see down there, that's what all of that is. So I'm going to go ahead and suck it all up and then we'll be done. So a little shout out to Pisces here. I'm going to go ahead and use some vivid crystal clear water. That way all these little bits of Mulm floating around will clump up and will be easy for me to suck up with my siphon. I am also going to just clean off these sponge filters here because they are filthy.
20 minutes later.
And here it is, all cleaned up. As you can see, there's still a few things floating around, but it is pretty tidy. I haven't given it heaps of time to rest either, so I will let it settle and clean out the tank once again, probably pretty shortly, maybe like tomorrow or something like that. But yeah, it's looking nice and clean, nice and clear. I forgot how big this tank was compared to the guppies. That divider really did, you know, take away from the tank. As you can see, there's a lot of that Mulm and stuff over here on the sponge filter, so I will once again clean them out, probably tomorrow like I said, and there's still a bit of Mulm and stuff throughout the bottom of the tank. So now that the tank is much more clear, I can actually see the little shrimp and stuff that are hanging out. There's a few blue dreams all over the place here, and they're looking pretty cool, and obviously I can actually have a nice good look at a lot of my guppies here. So I'm going to sort through these guppies, and I am going to start selling or trading some of these off. Definitely think those algae scrapers helped out a lot, and I'm looking forward to making this tank a bit better. As you can see, we've got a crypt here and a Nubius, but it's very messy with the Java moss. Very messy, still needs a bit more of a clean. Those guppies there, the black and the yellow ones, are the ones that I'm most likely going to continue breeding. Their colour's really showing up now, so very happy with how they're looking. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I definitely think this tank is looking great, and let me know what you think down below. Don't worry, I am going to be rearranging some things and cleaning it up. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.